70s. And for Monday, mostly sunny with highs around 90 degrees. This is meteorologist Dr. Bill Williams for FM Talk 1065.
FM Talk 1065, the Gulf Coast weather authority. Grab your beach chairs and blankets and head to the East End Beach on Dolphin Island to see Lilo and Stitch this Thursday night and Finding Nemo on Friday night. The movie starts at dusk, the best time to be on Dolphin Island, the sunset capital of Alabama. Mike Bailey, a pioneer of the Gulf Coast flying scene and award-winning entrepreneur.
I know a lot of you wondering what to do with your moon pass. I've got some wine suggestions for you. Lemon moon pass, Sauvignon Blanc, Chenin Blanc for Pinot Grigio.
Stuart Red Donald, acclaimed food and travel writer and world-class chef.
I was chef de casserole. I made the casseroles in the frozen food department.
For more than a decade, they've combined their expertise to answer your questions and introduce you to the culinary movers and shakers you want or ought to know. 4-time Taste Award finalists, 10-time Nappy Award losers. They are the dynamic Mike and Stu on FM Talk 1065.
Yeah, one.
We don't bop like we used to.
Yeah, we bop when we can or have to. So good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Sip and Chew Show with Mike and Stu. I'm Mike, that's Stu, and we got Steve, the engineer, our engineer over here, and Phil's behind the door. The guy behind the door.
In the Phil cave.
Yeah, he's filling it. So filling out the callers.
Yeah.
Make sure they're worthy to get on. But we'll take anybody, really.
Yeah.
So, but happy Memorial Day weekend, folks. Please.
Which is it's just a funny statement. Happy Memorial.
I know. I know. Yeah, but just just remember what it's all about, folks. It's those who made the sacrifice, so you could.
So that we don't have to make the sacrifice.
But think of those who have given their life, given it their all in life to protect our countries.
I'll give you some.
Yes, absolutely. So we could enjoy burning hot dogs and burgers on the grill and
Skin on
gator
the
tail.
yes. So
Some of us do gator tail.
I don't do crawfish. I don't do gator tail.
I love gator.
So
I have a concept for a gumbo that I call swamp gumbo, and it's frog legs, gator tail, and then that Cajun spice sausage made with crawfish in it. I think that'd be delicious. Have those frog legs sticking out of there. You could
instead of crab legs, have the like gumbo crab, but have
the frog legs. With the gator, I don't know whether to dice it and maybe grind it up, shred it.
I would
it's like
dice
chicken.
Well, I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, to get because a lot of people, I don't know, may have issues with the texture. It's just like any other meat.
Yeah. I've eaten gator a lot over the years. To me,
Better than chicken.
Oh yeah.
Everything that tastes like chicken tastes better than chicken.
To me, it's kind of chewy.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yes.
Sometimes that tail meat can be
Not my favorite.
I was thinking, put it through a grinder.
You can do that.
Yeah, and that way you lose all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You just have meat.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But we would run
Would you
fried
like
gator
it
tail from time to time at Lucky.
Would that be a roux that you put that in?
I'm sorry, what?
Would that be a roux? Is that what you call it, a roux? Or would that
Well,
be
yeah,
more
the
of a-
gumbo. Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry. Probably use duck fat for the gumbo.
Okay. See, now you bring in all the flavor. You got the frog legs, you got the duck fat.
Yeah.
You got
All things you find in a swamp.
yeah.
What would you pair that with?
Beer.
Something gamey. I
Petite Syrah.
would do a heavy Shiraz. I would do a heavy Australian Shiraz for that. Or maybe even a Shetnuff to pop, because that's kind of heavy. Something big that deserves gaminess.
Thick.
Good for
I do it with a good lager. An Andy Gator.
How about
I think Andy
I would
Gator
think,
would go great
a
with it.
porter. A porter.
Yeah.
Like Iron Hand porter down there in my neighborhood, Iron Hand Brewery.
Yeah.
I still got to go by there and eat brunch one day. Once I did, they got chicken and waffles. I love chicken and waffles.
Not a Southern dish.
I don't care.
But really comes from Harlem. Here is the story of the chicken and waffles. Frank Sinatra told, I believe it was Gladys Knight, that he had found a great place in Harlem that was open all night. And when the singers would get done performing and everything in Harlem at Cotton Club and Birdland, and all those great jazz clubs, it'd be between 2 and 4 in the morning. So these 24-hour diner that Frank Sinatra had found was transitioning from dinner to breakfast. So they had fried chicken left over, and they were starting the waffles. And Frank said, get fried chicken and waffles, hot sauce, and maple syrup. Trust me.
There you go.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, I've watched, Andrew Zimmer and, of course,
Tony Bourdain.
Anthony Bourdain and Alton Brown go through the Delta, Mississippi Delta, and they have paired fried chicken and spaghetti, and it makes sense. It really makes sense to me. And they've done spaghetti and waffles, and and fried chicken and waffles and spaghetti, and I guess there's something about the acidicness of the tomato sauce, and the savory and the sweet.
It's chicken parmesan.
Yeah.
In essence.
Yeah.
A couple of things in Memphis area. Barbecue on nachos and spaghetti, both of them. And then in Nashville, there was this place in downtown Nashville, I believe it's still there, called Viennese or Vietti's. It's an Italian place, but their most popular lunch, and this was a power type place, because it's right by the state capitol. So most of the people in there work for the state government or the county or the city. And it's chili over spaghetti. And then for a little extra, and I paid the extra, you could also get some Italian sausage on there too.
Yeah.
But it was a great,
company.
but it was a great lunch. It was like $5 for this.
Yeah.
And then
Used to go
$7
to
if you had
St.
it.
Louis for the spaghetti factory. Oh man, dude, you talk about cheese. I mean, just you used the word plethora earlier. I've never seen as many cheeses, as many varieties of Parmesan cheese alone. I just thought there was one Parmesan cheese. Nope.
Parmesan means cheese in the style of the region of Parma. That's what Parmesan means. So, like a lot of people think chicken Parmesan and veal Parmesan is called that because it has Parmesan cheese, but it's not. It almost never has Parmesan cheese unless it's a little light garnish at the end. It's usually mozzarella. It is chicken in the style of the region Parma.
I got you.
Which is where Parmesan cheese comes from, and also prosciutto.
Yeah.
Comes from that region as well. And then if you ever see anything that says Sicilian style, that means it's in the style of the island of Sicily.
Right.
And then Florentine means it's in the style from Florence, which usually means spinach.
Right.
Yeah.
What about Parmigiano Reggiano?
That is the original Parmesan.
Yeah.
That's what. I mean, I think that's what that translates to.
I mean, that's my favorite cheese. It really is.
It is a really phenomenal cheese. The real stuff, the Parmesan Reggiano, comes from Parma. All the other Parmesan cheeses don't. So that's why they're called Parmesan. They're in the style of the cheese of Parma. But they're not from Parma.
I've seen several shows on them making the Parmesan cheese and the big wheels. And I mean, some of those wheels age for years, like a fine wine. And wow.
We've only been in the show 15 minutes. You guys have educated me on that.
There's a plethora of educational facts on cheese and chicken and waffles and gator tail, shredded gator tail.
I'm trying to win a contest, man. How
is that going?
Woke up this morning in 3rd place.
Okay.
I only need to be in the top 20 in round 1. That's all I need. So we're doing fine like this. We'll put a push on to the next one.
And people can vote on that, yes?
Yes, they can. The link is on our Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/sipandchew. Also on my personal Facebook page, the @ChefStuartRevDonald.
Hey, and while you're doing that, go ahead and go to the Lanyap page and vote for us.
Yep. Yeah. While you're voting, vote.
Lifestyle and DJs.
This may be the last day, isn't it?
No, tomorrow, I think. The 26th.
Today's the 26th.
Yeah, it is. Okay.
You
Today's
got till midnight, y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for the land, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For the
When's
Yankees.
the last day for voting on yours?
Thursday around 5 or 6 p.m. I forget because they did everything in Pacific time. Something like that. That's for round one.
Do early and do often. You don't have to worry about what time it is.
Just check it every day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I do. 'Cause I like it, man.
Appreciate it. I like $25,000.
All right, 251-343-0106 is the Callahan's Irish Social Club call and texting line.
Get drunk, start singing all night, drinking wine, you drink wine, pop, wine,
I finally got my chair to stop leaning back, so
The
I can
magazine
stay
showcase the
comfortable.
history,
Finally got my
style,
chair to
arts,
stop leaning
dining,
back
and
and figured
entertainment
it out.
that finds
Apparently,
excellence
unlock
on
your.
both sides of Mobile Bay.
It's
Each
this little
location
thing
is filled
here.
with our unique
Yeah.
Eastern Alabama culture, beautifully
What
captured and
happened
told
when I
through
did it,
engaging
dropped
articles
it down,
and
then
stunning
I get out
photography.
of it.
When
lift
you
it up.
subscribe to Mobile Bay
Stay
magazine,
in
you'll be
place.
swept into the pages
And
of
then
your
I-
experience, familiar places
We
and
spent 10 minutes
faces,
finding
and
out about bathroom
untold stories
doors.
abound. Start your journey today by visiting mobilebaymag.com. That's mobilebaymag.com.
They're locked now.
Yeah.
Oh, hello. I didn't
You
see you
can't go
there.
to this
I'm
one
Bob,
right here.
Apartment
You
Homes
gotta
at
go to
Legacy
the
Oaks, and I'm
past
so
elevators.
excited. My new family is coming by today to get acquainted. I just
Well, they
love
need to
having
put
a
bags
family
on
to
that
take care
next
of.
time
A lot
Charlie
of folks have been coming in and out, getting me ready, making sure that my gas fireplace and oven are ready. It's always cozy when my family gathers around the fireplace. I like to give my family plenty of room so everyone has their own space, but it's always nice when we get together in my large eat-in kitchen. And you know,
Oh, here we go.
Mom's gonna love the large bath. It's a great place to relax in a large jacuzzi garden tub. I'll even protect the family
Oh, yeah.
vehicles with an attached
Yeah,
garage. And some of my second floor brothers and sisters
I
even
tried
have private
sugar.
elevators. I'm kind of secluded in a large gated community in Spring Hill on DeRue Drive with lots
Oh,
of green
yes,
space.
agree.
Real convenient to shopping, restaurants, healthcare, and minutes from I-65. There's lots more I could tell you about
I
the
think you
amenities
need to
here
write
at
a book.
Legacy Oaks.
Have
You know,
you wrote a
clubhouse,
book?
swimming pool, fitness
Yeah.
room. But you can find out
Obviously,
how
you
for
haven't
yourself on the
written
internet
well,
at
dude.
LegacyOaksApartmentHomes.com. Or you can always call Jimmy. She's real nice. And get a tour at
got a book about my
344-8099.
I hate
Gotta go.
people
My new
sometimes.
family. I hope
I
I
got
see
a
it
book
soon.
about
Hey,
the
family. Welcome
Do
home.
that.
Attention Medicare
Death
beneficiaries.
by Smith.
Are you getting all the benefits you
Right,
need?
it's
If you have
about the
Medicare,
publishing
you may
house.
now be able to get
And any
new
people on
benefits.
publishing company
Benefits
put out
may
books
include
on,
eyeglasses, wellness
and he
visits,
was
gym
interested in
membership,
it. I
meal
said,
delivery, and
"He's
hearing
an
aids with
editor,
low
and
copay.
everything
To
else.
find
I
out
don't
which benefits you
see him doing
qualify for
anything
and to
else.
find
I
out
don't
if you're
know.
getting the benefits that you deserve, you need to
That's
call
something else I
Vets
could do with
Medcare.
$25,000.
Our licensed insurance agents can look up your current benefits and tell you what additional benefits are available
Very
to you.
cool.
It's easy,
You don't
just one
need
call.
anybody else.
Tell us the deductibles you prefer, the doctors you want to see, and if you want prescription drug coverage.
Make
The
bones.
service is free and you have no obligation. You may even find plans with 0 monthly plan premiums, 0 copays on many services, and
Oh, I
0
wouldn't mind
deductibles.
writing some
You
else
deserve
cocktails
every
and
medical
Jill,
care
you know?
coverage benefit
Yeah.
out there, and we'll help you get them. Call 800-431-6905. 800-431-6905.
I used to think in this business
That's
it was what I knew rather than who I knew.
800-431-6905.
And a
let
friend
Vets
of mine
Medcare
taught
do
me
the work.
otherwise. He said, it's not
Hello,
who you know,
good
it's
friends.
who you
I'm
love.
Randy Burton, inviting you to join
What you know about who you love.
How about Mom?
Huh?
What's her name, Mom?
Yeah, that kind of thing.
From the Eastern Shore Toyota Hyundai Studios for 2 hours beginning at 8 a.m.
Oh, I
every
gotta go to
Saturday
the
morning.
wedding
We'll
today.
visit with coaches, athletes, administrators, and more as we'll keep you up to date on
Well,
all
we
things
can't run
prep
their
along the
Saturday.
Gulf Coast
Let's run
and the
it
state of
before all
Alabama.
day.
Well,
Wake up
people
for the
get
Great
married on
Sports
Sunday
Report
now,
team
'cause it's
this
cheaper than
Saturday
Saturday.
morning starting at 8 a.m. right here
Here we go.
on FM Talk
Here we
106.5.
go.
They are the dynamic duo of dining. Sip and chew with Mike and Stu. Call 343-0106. Back to Mike and Stu.
You know what?
What,
I
Michael?
see that Leanne Miller, lovely Leanne.
Oh, yeah.
From here, Leanna from here, and her husband Trace. I see they're at Bob's Downtown Diner. And I was just there
Where
about an
is
hour
that?
ago. It's at the corner of Fat and Happy.
I
which is
thought that's
Jackson
where it was.
and St. Francis. I wanted something different today.
St. Jackson.
I wanted, it's a holiday weekend, so I wanted something different. So I got what's called the Julie special.
Okay.
I went to school with Julie, and it's her special. Some people have the menus, items named after them.
Yeah.
You know, and so what it is 2 pancakes, 3 strips of bacon, and 2 eggs over easy, or 2 eggs any way you like. I got that today with some grits. And then Leanna today, she posted on the FM Talks page about sugar
grits. Do you prefer butter or sugar? And I posted on behalf of the show, this ain't Maine.
Yeah, I did. Last year I took that test and I couldn't stand it. But anyway, that's where they're at. I was there. They're there enjoying a fine Sunday
Now,
morning.
I could see where you would make porridge with grits.
Yeah.
And that's what you would have to think of it is. This is a porridge. It is an option to oatmeal.
Yeah.
Or cream of wheat or something like that. And I'm sure it's fine like that. And then it would be butter and sugar and probably some cinnamon. But, oatmeal's not great when you put bacon and cheese in it. Grits are.
Yeah, absolutely. But anyway, if you like putting sugar in your grits, I'm sure that Bob's downtown down at the corner, Fat Happy, will let you do it.
Yeah.
Because they got the sugar bowl sitting right in front of you. America. So there you go. Mark. So anyhow, and they're wearing their red, white, and blue t-shirts today down there. America. So anyway, we want to thank Hall Sausage and Wholesale Meats. Look at here. Look, Deborah. I got my
there it is. For those of you who can't see because you're not watching the live stream on YouTube or Facebook, Mike held up his new water bottle huggy to the camera to show all of the inner workings.
It says whole sausage. Anyway, yeah, I got that the night I helped at the shelf steak last week. So they're giving all kinds. I collect huggers. I collect a lot of stuff, especially dust. I collect things to collect dust at my house. So anyway, thank you, Hall Sausage and Wholesale Meats, and Roy over there at Butch Cassidy's on Florida Street at O'Shell Phone call.
There's a lot of silver citizens that are going to be very disappointed they don't get their red beans and rice tomorrow.
They're right.
Yeah, because they will be upset, and when they come in Tuesday, they will expect red beans and rice. But folks, it's hamburger steak on Tuesday. That's right. Special.
How do they serve that hamburger steak?
On a plate, Mike. Mashed potatoes and gravy and some of Roy's collard greens.
Oh yeah, them collard greens.
Yeah.
He's got good collard.
Yes, he does.
He really does.
I saved some last week because Clarissa, one of the bartenders. Some of the only fun that I have cooking anymore is on Wednesdays when Shannon works. I cook a sandwich that Shannon and I will split. It's usually a fried pork chop sandwich. I'll bone one out. And then on Thursdays, Clarissa, who has a very adventurous palate, will just let me go crazy. So I did a Jeremiah Matthews style BLT for us, where I used the collard greens in place of the lettuce. A couple of strips of Roy's bacon, some remoulade sauce, and a blackened piece of chicken. And did that in some toasted sourdough.
Ooh.
A blackened chicken BLT. And a couple of nice slices of very ripe tomato with a little salt sprinkled on because, because, I'm not
Can I, now that I know about this, can I come in and order that on a Wednesday?
No.
Why not?
Because that was a Thursday.
Oh.
I had saved it. That's when Clarissa works lunch.
Okay.
And you're not as cute as Clarissa, so that.
Well, I'll agree with that. But
I have to, when I do something like that, it has to be when we have time to do it because it probably took me 20 minutes.
I'm over in Baldwin County anyway, so okay.
Yeah, there's no place to eat in Baldwin County. It's
nowhere at all. Nowhere to eat at all.
No place cool like Streets. Steve, have you been to Streets? If you've been to Bay Minette, you didn't go to Streets, you wasted your trip.
Well, another good place is Bay Minette Shotgun Barbecue.
Well, that's Bay Minette because that's the post office that delivers there. It's nowhere near Bay Minette. It's 20 minutes from Bay Minette. It's at Cliffs Landing. It's like
that big fireworks stand at Wilcox Road exit in that Oasis truck stop. That's Robertsdale, according to the post office.
Yeah.
So anyway,
that's because that's the post office, and it's like Al's Country Kitchen in Fairview. Well, at the post office handles it is in Wilmot, but you're 20 minutes from Wilmot.
Isn't that funny how it works?
Yeah, but you're only 3 minutes from Sims.
I got to go back because we've covered so many already. Is it Streets?
Streets.
Like the street that you walk on?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a seafood place.
Oh.
Yeah, seafood and fried chicken.
Then you can jump to the other side of I-65 and go to Stagecoach.
Stagecoach.
That's in Stockton, Alabama.
Or you go
I
to,
have heard of that.
or you can go to Robertsdale downtown and eat at Jilly's Cafe or Buster's Barbecue
Buster's is very
or
good.
Mama Lou's.
And
I heard of Mama Lou's.
Mama
And,
Lou's is great.
in close to there, Summerdale is LA Barbecue, which is also very good.
I have heard of LA barbecue.
Yeah, they've got every sauce that is regionally available.
Really?
They've got white sauce, mustard sauce from the Carolinas. I mean, they have a bottle of every kind of sauce pretty much you can find in the country.
There's so many restaurants in Baldwin County. It's just, you can't. It's
Somebody
impossible.
should put together a Facebook group that just goes to barbecue places on the Gulf Coast.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think that would be a good.
I know it's a
initiative.
good name for
What would that be, Michael?
it. It'd be Gulf Coast Barbecue Trail.
Sounds good.
No,
Mike just
because
plugged his
somebody's
Facebook
already
right
got this.
You can-
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's my Facebook page. Other Facebook.
So if you've got good barbecue places anywhere along the Gulf Coast, and it doesn't have to be exactly on the Gulf Coast. You would take like Greene County, Mississippi, right? Doesn't actually touch the water, but it's right next to Jackson and Harrison.
Close enough. I consider Lucedale, and they got Hickory Hog and
Oh.
And Hokies.
yeah,
And Hokies is good too.
Hokies good, and then you got the chicken and the pig, and that's right by the Magnolia Pie place.
And that's Agricola,
Agricola.
which is near Tanner Williams' place I was telling Steve about in the break, Loaves and Fishes, which is a catfish house.
Yeah. Hey, I want to mention real quick. You know, a couple of weeks ago we had Billy Stent from Billy's Bacon, Billy's restaurant over on 181 in Fairhope, outside of Fairhope. He did that Distinguished Gentleman ride, and they raised nearly $8,000. And I didn't realize how many friends I had in it that dressed up real dapper and got on their vintage Harleys and motorcycles and did the ride from Rosie's Motorcycle Garage over here on Hallsville Road to Billy's in Fairhope. But they raised some good money, and they got to dress up real fancy like and dapper with a comb, greasy looking comb backed hair, and
I'll let it
but
dovetail.
one of Billy's employees lost a child
Oh.
this week, and it's very tragic, but they're doing this Wednesday on May 29th. They're doing pulled pork sandwiches with chips, and all the proceeds, every bit of the proceeds, goes to help this family raise money for the funeral expenses of this child. On our Facebook page, Sip and Chew, Mike Stew, on my personal, and on Baldwin County Foodies, Chase Yamagata, he posted on there where you can go, the website you can go to make a donation if you can't go by there and participate Wednesday by ordering the pulled pork sandwich with the chips. If they're trying to raise money to cover the entire funeral costs. I spoke to Billy yesterday, and he said this girl's been with him. This lady's been with him for a while. She's one of the ones that's always there, working all the time, doing her job, always on time, and stays later if she needs to. Hard working, very loyal, dedicated employee. And it's tragic that this has happened to her and her family, and losing a child. I've lost a child, and I know what they're going through. But one of the harder things after losing a child is trying to have funeral arrangements. And it comes, it's hard to do that, negotiate all that, make the arrangements, and especially if money is a matter. So you can go and you can see the QR code I posted in the comments. And if you want to donate, or you can go to the GoFundMe at the GoFundMe /E5B35581 and make that donation and help them out. And it would certainly be appreciated. But Billy's just that kind of guy. He's going to help his employees. He's going to help anybody raise money, because that fundraiser they did last Sunday was for men's prostate cancer. So Billy's that way. We like him about that. That's what I like about Billy.
So this whole industry.
Oh yeah,
Is like
and that's what they do. And like Tony Sawyer and Panini Pete, they do. If somebody needs money, raise money, they're always there. Always stepping up.
always there.
251-343-0106 is the Callahan's Irish Social Club call and texting line. When we come back, we're going to have Danny Calametti. I wonder what he wants to talk about today.
Food sport.
Woo! Why not?
Chicken ice cream fish. I like ice cream. What's
this?
This Memorial Day, FM Talk 1065 is proud to present Fisher House Heroes, the story of Fisher House Foundation. Brought to you by Fort Range, Mobile's premier shooting range. Fisher House Heroes, Memorial Day from 6 a.m. till 2 p.m. on FM Talk 1065. FM Talk 1065, the Gulf Coast Weather Authority.
Thank you. Sunny skies today. Temperatures this afternoon will be in the upper 80s. Tonight, partly cloudy, low.
Either I've just got one or two. I
All
like
right, Danny, you there?
I am here.
All right, Danny, we're in the break here. We got about another minute or so, but then they'll come back and we'll have you on the air. Just want to make sure I got you on the line.
And you can hear me fine. Okay?
Yes, sir. We feed the audio down the phone line, so you don't have to worry about anything like our radio monitor there in the house or anything. Obviously, you know the phone number. Generally, the other ground rule I like to put out there is if, just in case, you start hearing music, that means they got to wrap it up because the break's coming. So, all right, Danny, be back with you in a moment.
Because right now, there's financing starting at 0% for 36 months on any Cat compact equipment, including skid steers and mini excavators. These machines don't sit around for long, but no worries. If it's not here, we can pull from one of our other 16 locations in Alabama and Northwest Florida. And hey, if you're not ready to buy, Thompson Rents is here, so you can rent what you need. So visit ThompsonTractor.com for all the details and for the location nearest you. Thompson Tractor and Thompson Rents. We're here for you.
Happy time. That's right.
You voted for all of your favorite bars, restaurants, bands, media folks, politicos, and just about everything else under the sun during the nomination period.
Come up with a new one.
Now the counting is done, and now for May 26th, we need you to head on over to votetabbies.com and start voting again to help us determine the best of the best in such exciting categories as quintessential Mobilian and Baldwinian, cutest cat, and most adorable dog, and the highly coveted best suit hall waxer. The voting is online only, so head on over to votetabbies.com and
on my couch,
of course,
in
you'll
my
find all of the usual, unusual news, investigative reporting, commentary, cuisine, sports, and arts and entertainment coverage you come to expect from your local newspaper. So look at the Lanyard for one of our Regal purple boxes, or head to lanyardmobile.com today and help keep Mobile funky.
And happy time. That's right.
Log in now for streaming shows, post bios, on-demand forecasts, local, national, and global news, plus curated polls and blogs. Get all of it online now at FM Talk 1065.com.
Oh, it's Andy Lifford next week.
For more than a decade, they are the dynamic duo of dining. Mike and Stu on FM Talk 1065.
Michael, let's talk some food sport.
Okay, who we gonna talk about it with?
How about Danny Calametti?
Who?
Good. Danny Calametti.
That sounds so familiar. So familiar. Where do I heard that name before? That glass.
It rhymes with David Calametti.
Oh, okay. Hey, Danny, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, guys. I'm doing good. Enjoyed the show so far. So
Yeah.
We'll try to keep it going.
Yeah.
We'll try to keep it going so you'll enjoy the rest of the show.
Yeah. So I thought I'd talk a little history, a little current affairs, a little future, if that's all right with you guys.
Absolutely, man.
We fear change.
Historically speaking, I've talked a little bit about the Alabama Seafood Cook-Off. You know, this event is sponsored by our friend Mr. Blankenship, Chris Blankenship with the Alabama Seafood Commission, and it's always a great event. So what they do, and for people that don't know about it, they take self-nominations from across the state, and chefs have to submit a recipe that features Alabama seafood, and tells a story about how it's Alabama, what's it related to. So the chefs will come up with local farm to table recipes and this kind of stuff. And so this event happened over at the Wharf in May, and there were 4 restaurants. It was the Depot from Auburn. Auburn always has somebody in there. The culinary tradition coming out of Auburn is just fabulous. They had Coastal from the Gulf Shores Orange Beach area were there. They had Bellagio also from the Wharf was there. and Odette's from Florence, Alabama. And they had just an interesting mix of recipes that were there. I do want to talk about Bellagio because Chef Agnew over there, he submitted his recipe, whether his entree, focused on both croaker and oyster drill.
Really?
Yeah, he used the oyster drill to kind of create an oyster, kind of a oyster bisque part of the deal.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea was to, again, use an invasive species, much like, you've heard of the lionfish
Right.
rodeos before. And he smoked the croaker over charcoal and all that. It's really an interesting, complex dish. He did not win, but it was very well received by the judges and stuff. The winner, interesting enough, is a third-time winner, Odette's Restaurant out of Florence, Alabama. Those Yankee Alabamians really know what they're doing up in Florence, Alabama, way up in the northwest.
Up on the shoals.
Yeah. So so they won. They did a pompano fillet with a crab and shrimp mousse. An excellent dish. And this was the third chef. So they've had three different chefs have represented Odette's and won at this seafood contest. So it's always a great event, and it focuses on. And I know when talking with Chef Ogden, he was planning on grabbing some of his some local greens and all from his grandma's backyard and that kind of stuff. So look at it again. That's part of the story they have to tell to kind of highlight how this is local sourced products that come into the recipe and that type stuff. So it's really an interesting time. We may have talked about Brody Olive, who is the defending not just Alabama seafood, but great American seafood, because that's where the winner goes now to compete in New Orleans for the Great American Seafood. And I got talked with Brody again about his top catfish and sandfly. Yeah, I told the story again. I love telling the story. So in New Orleans, you have you had like a dozen or more chefs from all across the country, and you got Maine there with their Maine lobsters, and you got all this kind of stuff. Brody had the luck of the draw. He was the last one presenting, and so they tell their stories, and they've got all these fancy displays and all that kind of. Brody's got live bait shrimp in a bait bucket on his chef stand, and that's what he used to make a horseradish kind of a sauce with his stuff. And the Nutsmiger, the lieutenant governor, was just going crazy about, oh my God, and I can't do a Cajun accent, but talking about how whatever you do, don't tell Peter we're killing live shrimp on stage here. But so Brody's story is he was fishing on the reef next to Voyager and was going to catch whatever he caught. Well, this was a bad fishing day, and he only caught was basically some throwaway catfish. Yeah. And he used some sand fleas that he caught and his bait shrimp and came up with a winning dish. So anyway.
Wow. Brody is awesome, man.
It is great.
A couple of years ago when y'all had the finals down in Grand Bay or Balabatry. Yeah, Balabatry. That was the first time I'd ever seen Brody not wearing his headband. And I didn't know who he was. And he said I was about the fourth or fifth chef that walked by and didn't recognize him because he wasn't wearing his headband on his head. And I said, I didn't know you had hair.
So I would say, Brody was one of the judges. But and while Mobile wasn't represented on the chef side of it, they were well represented on the judging side of it because Chef Jim Smith, Brody joined him as Jim was the first Alabama winner of the Great American Seafood.
Right.
And of course, so we talked a little bit about Hummingbird Way, and if you haven't been over to Hummingbird Way, that's just a fabulous place. He does a great job over there. And then the other little judge over there is no slouch herself. Or Orrin Weiss from Red and White was another judge nominated.
Yes.
Didn't quite carry it across the finish line, but honored to be nominated
Hey,
for a James
right.
Beard Award.
That's like being nominated for a NABBY, you know, and
Yeah,
same,
they're exactly the same.
Same experience.
Yeah.
Exactly the same, yeah.
James Beard and Nappy nationally looked at exactly the same.
Exactly the same. Yeah.
But you got all day to vote, folks. Anyway, go ahead, David. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah. So it was great talking with those folks, and again, it's all about Alabama Seafood and what Blankenship and the gang are doing to protect the fisheries and to promote Alabama Seafood and all that type stuff. So looking forward, if anybody's looking for something to do, traveling over to New Orleans August 3rd for this event. It's a great event. It's a lot of fun, a lot of high energy and all.
Won't need anybody else in the city.
You know what?
Nobody's going to New Orleans.
That's right before my birthday. A few days before my birthday. That might be a good birthday trip.
You think you can swing him a press pass?
I can work on that. I can work on that.
Or two?
I know somebody.
It's good to know somebody.
In this particular case, I know a girl because the lady that heads up the Louisiana Seafood Commission over there. So a woman, I guess, would be more accurate.
Anybody younger than me, I call a girl. I do.
The world is full of girls.
They are. And got boys.
You guys got to talk current affairs with you.
Absolutely.
We have a little to do this afternoon down at Fort Morgan. We got our summer sunset concert series featuring Simone French and the True Ya True Pay.
All right.
Simone does it. Oh, she's just so much fun.
Isn't she great?
Yeah, and so and that concert venue, we do it in the parade ground at Fort Gage. We set them up on an old cannon turret, old gun turret, and the acoustics in that place are just wonderful. It's a great crowd event. You can bring your lawn chairs, your snacks, your adult beverages if you're so inclined, and
your dog.
And your dog. Yeah, it's a $5 fee for the fort, and kids 12 and under are free. So it's a great family outing, and it's a good way to benchmark the middle of your Memorial Day weekend. So,
hey, that's a great place for paranormal groups too. They say.
Well, there is that too.
They said that's one of the. Yeah, there'll be too many people around, but I've heard there'll be too many live people around. But I've heard from paranormal groups that is probably one of the most haunted forts on the Gulf.
Well, it could be. Now, I've hung out there and haunted a few things myself for a little bit.
My haunts are different than that. So that's going on this afternoon?
Yeah, so it's a sunset concert. Sunset's a little bit before 8, so we'll kick it off about 6 o'clock, and we'll wrap it up right after sunset. We have a conch blowing celebration to actually celebrate the sunset, and then we'll wrap the thing up. So it's from 6 to 8. We'll be down there. People start setting up 5:30 and get their places, but there's plenty of room. And really, the acoustics in that, I told folks the acoustics even in the far corner of the parade ground are still great. So there's plenty of space there and all that type stuff. So
now y'all doing this every Sunday, last Sunday of each month?
Last Sunday of each month, yeah. Okay. So we got Johnny Hayes coming up at the end of June. We got Ryan Balthrop. We got Rebecca Berry, and then in October we finish it up with this little group called Roman Street. So you guys might have heard that. So
y'all have an incredible lineup, man. Just a great.
So
Johnny Hayes is great. Ryan's great.
Yeah. Rebecca Berry does a great job.
Can we cover the future in 1 minute?
Well, future, yeah, I'll come back and talk about it because it's not till June 27th, but it's the Piggly Wiggly Taste of the Bay at the University Boulevard. We're going to be Alabama Coach is going to be there with our friend Deborah Hodges and Tom Cass with his barbecue sauce, Whiskey Town barbecue sauce.
When is this?
And do you need celebrity judges?
No. It's not going to be celebrity judges for that, but it's a free 4 to 7 event, and it's going to be packed full of folks. Joey Mason with Mason Hills is going to be grilling in the parking lot, and they're going to have a ton of their vendors that are going to be there. It's all about showcasing the local vendors that support that they handle in at Piggly Wiggly stores. So it's
Cool.
a fun event. It's just going to be phenomenal.
Well, maybe one day I'll get my stuff produced so I can get back in the stores.
Well, there you go. That'll work.
I love that. I love that whiskey barbecue sauce. I got 2 bottles at my house.
I haven't tried it. I need to get some.
And it's the calories and the sugar. It's not bad at all.
Oh, excellent.
It's really a delicious barbecue sauce.
Well, KC and Tim Farrell, they do a great job of promoting supporting the community and stuff.
Don't they though?
We do have a couple of other events we'll come and talk about in sport-wise, and they may end up with a celebrity judge or two behind the table. So,
all right. Where can you find some celebrity judges?
If I knew one, I might be able to find a spot.
That's so hard to find these days.
Right. I know.
All right.
Thank you, Danny.
Yep. Danny Calamendi, folks. 251-343-0106. We got one segment left.
Can I mention Stevie Walker?
What?
Can I mention Stevie Walker?
No.
And then what about his thing with Frank? Frank
showcase the history, style, arts,
that was what it was. Very anniversary.
Well, it's he's honoring his brother that died in Afghanistan.
Beautifully
So
captured
Chip
and told through engaging
some of
articles
the
and
proceeds
stunning
are going
photography.
toward.
When
I
you
got
subscribe
it
to
right
the
here.
magazine, you'll be swept
What's
into the
Wobble
pages
Ho?
with recipes,
What
familiar
it's going
places,
for.
and faces,
Right.
and untold stories abound. Start your journey today by visiting Mobile Bay.
There are those, and there are those hoes. My favorite, one of my top 5 Anthony Bourdain episodes.
That's why more choose Comcast Business. And now we're introducing
who was that show?
Sean Brown.
Business, our fastest plans yet.
Lefty
We're up to 12 times faster than Verizon, AT&T, and T-Mobile. And
I
existing
watched
customers
CBS
can even get up to
One
triple the
for
speeds
the,
at no additional cost. All from the
they were
company with
awesome. They were doing this guy
99.9%
does
network reliability and
Texas
advanced
barbecue.
cybersecurity.
So,
It's
in
all
Austin?
speed from Comcast
No.
Business, powering possibilities.
Don't miss out on our fast
George
speed plans.
Mo-
Get started with internet and
George
security
Mo-
for $49 a month, 12 months
He's
for
got
a 2-year
like
contract,
three
and you have one unlimited
He
mobile.
was on
Plus,
CBS
fast speed up to an
Saturday
$800
morning
prepaid
on
card
the
for
taste.
qualifying gig
on
bundle. Call 1-800-501-6000 or visit
No, he does
ComcastBusiness.com to
on
switch today.
Hamburg.
Again, 62324 restrictions apply.
George
Is only
Mo-
with 300 megabits per
He's
second
got
internet
3
and
books
security.
out on him.
EcoBell offer
Probably get
required.
Howard
Limit
Collins,
text
which
extra.
you have
There's Comcast
do.
4.25 gigs, 100 megabits per
This
second.
one, you know, where he's a food writer in Texas.
Three times
His
download
assignment for the last year has been traveling all around Texas to try and
Did you know life insurance rates are near record lows? If you own life insurance, or if you're thinking of buying any, why spend more than you
But
have
the
to?
guy today,
Since 1986, AccuQuote
well,
has
anyway, this
helped
guy,
literally millions of
his
people
favorite
just
burger
like
is-
you save a fortune on their life
well, actually, he
insurance.
started his own
Here's how they
hamburger
do it.
place, and he
They monitor
copied
the
a
products
company.
offered by dozens
It
of the
wasn't
most
White Castle, but
well-respected
it's
brand
White
name life
something
insurance
else.
companies
And
you
they put,
trust.
everybody
so that
would
you
put
get the lowest rates.
white in front of
For
their
example,
name to
a healthy
to
40-year-old
to
can buy a
kind
half
of ride
million dollars
skirt
of
tails White
10-year
Castle.
level term for
And
less than
his
$20
was just a
a month.
round
20
ball
and 30-year
with
rates are
shredded
also
onions.
available.
And
Don't
then
forget
he
to ask
put
them
them all
about
in,
the new
explode
term
onions,
life
and then
plans
he'd
that
smash
guarantee your
them.
money back,
He'd
even
smash
if you
the
outlive
onions
your
into it,
policy.
and then
Take
flip
5
them.
minutes and call
So it's
AccuQuote for your
that
free
was
quote.
delicious
Call
looking.
1-800-318-4787.
That's Smash Burger from
Find out how much
St.
you
Louis
can
and
save on
Chicago
your
both
life
argue as to
insurance.
who the
Call
original.
Well, they
AccuQuote
don't
today
put
at
they don't put any condiments on these burgers.
1-800-318-1787. That's
And it's
1-800-318-1787.
I got the video. I'm gonna go back and learn how to do it. Watch how to do it.
1065 fishing report.
Look here.
South Alabama's most recognized
Oh,
guide and tournament angler put you on the fish this weekend. The FM
Yeah,
Talk
Allie,
1065
who's the
fishing
chief
report is brought to you by McConnell
Okay.
Ford GMC on Coppin Street. Go to
Yeah, I know
McConnellautomotive.com
that.
to see
I've seen them
used
before.
inventory. And by McCoy Outdoor Company, locally owned and family operated for over 40 years. Thursday morning at 7:50. The Fishing Report with Captain Bobby Apostolo on FM Talk 1065.
There we go.
To get on the line, call 343-0106. Now back to Mike and Stu.
Hey, everybody out there in
Radio, internet land.
that's it.
Hey, Mike, I got a question for you.
Yeah,
Did you have breakfast this morning?
I certainly did. I had pancakes.
Where'd you get those?
I got them at Bob's Downtown Diner. I saw some pancakes on the Facebook page, and they looked so good. And I had to have some pancakes this morning. So went and got that with some sliced bacon and just friendly atmosphere. And Marcus Elizondo playing his musical selection outside on the patio. It's a beautiful day out there to go sit on the sidewalks.
And sweat.
And no, in the shade. They got umbrellas and they got cover. at Bob's Downtown down on the corner of Fat and Happy. And also, we want to thank our friends over at Hall Sausage and Wholesale Meats. Go out there and look for it in the stores, folks, and ask for it. If you don't see it, ask for it. And support local, support a local company like them. Great people. And get over there. Roy was just named again. We got so many good hamburgers. Roy at Butch Cassidy was just named again best hamburger in the South again. So, y'all, yeah, I don't see how they keep up with it. There's people piling in the doors because they got to have that best hamburger in the South. Best hamburger.
Every other restaurant in the county is empty. Not Butch Cassidy.
There you go.
They're piling in the doors.
Hey, I want to say happy birthday.
Say it. Well, thank you, Mike. It's a few months late, but thanks.
Or early. Yeah. Well, say happy birthday to Stevie Watford over at Stevie's Kitchen, and hopefully he's going to have his new place on Florida Street opening soon.
I know so. That's a cool location.
Oh, it is. Used to be the Whistle Stop.
Yeah.
A long time ago, and right there close to the railroad tracks, and so it's a big place, and he's been working on it, trying to get it ready. Thank God it's going to be ready soon.
Been through that myself.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll get it. But happy birthday, Stevie, and you're not looking any older guy. You just keep. I don't know how he can put up with what he does in the restaurant industry and still look as young as he does, because he's a young'un. That's and wanted to mention our buddy Frankie Little down there, who owns Roosters down on Dolphin Street. He's got a video. There's this video out on Facebook, and he is celebrating Memorial Day by honoring the loss of his brother, Lieutenant Colonel Mark Stratton. He died in Afghanistan, and so May 28th through June 2nd, two local veteran services organizations, Eagle Landing and Veterans Recovery Resources, they're going to be donating proceeds from their sales at the restaurants to those two causes. So very worthy. And if you want to know more about it, go to roostersdowntown.com, and you can read more about it, learn more about it, and make a donation for these services. Very, very honorable way to remember your brother.
I believe Frankie did this last year too.
Probably did.
Correct.
Yeah, but
it all sounds very familiar.
He understands what Memorial Day is all about, because his brother made the ultimate sacrifice. So,
speaking of Memorial Day, everybody's in a barbecue pretty much on Memorial Day, but what about burgers? What about you guys?
What about?
Well, I mean, we just talked about the best burger. What about, talking about in the break about smash burger?
For some reason, Memorial Day is like the kickoff of summer.
Yeah, it's the official, unofficial beginning of the summer tourist
and barbecue. Although thank God down here in the South we can barbecue year round.
All 13
But
months.
yeah, I was telling off the air talking about smash burgers and
which would really go that well on a charcoal or gas grill, because you'd smash them right through the grates.
But if you have a flat griddle like a Blackstone or another version,
or an iron skillet,
and put it on the smoker or on your grill, there you go.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'll tell you a really simple thing. It's just one shot of Worcestershire sauce. Especially if you're doing it on a gas grill, because you're losing the smoke flavor you get from charcoal when you go gas. And I understand the convenience of it. You still get a good flavor from the gas, but that little shot of Worcestershire on there it'll caramelize when you flip it, and it will give you a little bit of that smokiness.
That makes sense. And how about just some liquid smoke? Would that help?
I tell you, everyone is familiar with Dale's.
Yeah.
Correct. I make my own version that eventually Mike and I are going to put in a bottle that will have a low sodium soy, Worcestershire, and liquid smoke in it.
Yeah.
Wow. All three of them mixed. It's smaller portions as you go down it.
But Steve, you mentioned that we were talking about the smash burger. That seems to be a very popular thing nowadays.
Yeah.
That's why.
Well, there's a restaurant chain out of New York that calls itself Smash Burger, but they don't do smash burgers with the onions in it. They just take a meatball and smash it into it.
That was the definition I was trying to get you. What is an official smash burger?
Yeah. And the way I do it,
Yeah, there's two official definitions.
Right.
There's taking a meatball, smashing it into a patty,
Okay.
and there's the burger served in Chicago and St. Louis, where when you smash it, you smash onions into it and you cook it till the onions are completely caramelized.
But I would imagine you could smash anything into it, like mushrooms. You know, why not?
Screwdrivers. You said anything.
The drink or the tool?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Well, it sounds really good, and I was thinking about butter, because, you know, you do a lot of.
That's Wisconsin.
Butterburgers. Yeah.
Wisconsin Butterburgers.
That's close to you, isn't it?
Uh,
Where you're from?
Not really.
It's closer to here.
Oh, yeah. It's about 4 states off, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, where you're from, Steve? What's a popular style of burger from where you're from?
A&W.
There you go. There you go. You get you some onion rings. You get you some beer batter onion rings and a burger.
Well, Culver's serves mashed potatoes at the Culver's here. You can get fries, but they got
That's Wisconsin also.
Yeah, you get mashed potatoes with your hamburger.
Interesting.
You're Indiana?
No,
Kansas. Okay. Yeah. Indiana and close to it, and you'll see it at Culver's. The big sandwich is not a burger; it's a fried pork tenderloin sandwich.
We used to have those.
Yeah,
the
that's a Midwest thing.
huge, yeah.
Indiana, it really started there and kind of branched out. And like I said, Culver's has that on their menu because they're from Wisconsin, the Midwest as well.
Ben Griffith just mentioned that Cheeseburger Randy, who's opening next month in Foley, he's doing like big smash burgers over there.
Big smash burger. Yeah, because
Well,
usually they're sliders.
He's going to be big on smash burgers.
Oh, okay.
And plus it's going to have a full bar, and it's not on 59, but it's one block over, 50, kind of right behind Stacy's Drugs over there in that area.
Well, when we opened Little House Midtown, John Gibson had us doing a smash style burger. It was an 8-ounce meatball. We put it on the grill for 30 seconds, and then we took 2 spatulas and smashed it down.
So that is an official smash burger.
Yeah, smash burger.
Well, I want to do hot dog wings though. I want to smash them on the grill and make
just
hot
butterflies.
dogs. Just with that too, and just flat on.
There's
How'd that go in?
La Cucina has a sandwich.
Yeah.
That one of their torta, which is the street sandwiches of Mexico, and you can get them with carne asada, or you can get it with chorizo, or you can get it with pollo chicken. You know, and they have one that has carne asada and chorizo and grilled chicken and a butterfly hot dog.
Oh wow!
And it's such a good sandwich.
And you can use it. It's perfectly okay to use a knife and fork if you like me. On a hot dog.
If you're at a Mexican restaurant, the knife and fork or tortillas doesn't really help in this case.
Hey, we gotta go.
Okay, I'm gonna go fishing then,
folks.
You're kicking me
Please,
out.
please remember what this holiday weekend is for. But enjoy your family. Enjoy, and it costs the freedom of someone's life for you to enjoy being with your family and friends and to celebrate this holiday.
Just think about it.
Think about it. But get out there, support local, be local, and buy local. And as we always say,
grow low.
Who went down to the mobile bay so long?